TIMA doctors give vaccine to children in 2 Tzu Chi refugee schools in Malaysia to prevent illness. 3 individuals share their stories of how they survived injuries from the earthquake and live a new life. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Maggie. Thank you for joining us. TIMA members went to Ampang and Selangor Tzu Chi refugee schools to vaccinate refugee children. This is the children's second dose of German measles vaccine, hoping to protect them from the infection so they can study at ease.
Funded by the United States Department of State's Bureau of Refugee, TIMA members are responsible for vaccinating students from Tzu Chi refugee schools in Ampang and Selayang.
If the children are Malaysian citizens, they all have MMR vaccination free of charge. But these refugees do not. Some of them receive the first vaccination when they're 15 or 16 years old. It would definitely help to prevent some diseases if you take this vaccine.
This vaccination is very important for preventing German measles and epidemic mumps. Parents have to accept the importance of this vaccine to prevent these diseases.
The students are afraid of injection. We will encourage them by saying the vaccination is good for them to prevent falling ill, so they are willing to get the shot.
A total of 320 students from both schools have received the vaccination, reducing the risk of measles infection among refugee children.
These vaccines can not only enhance students' resistance to diseases, but also reduce their family burden, because it is very expensive to receive this vaccination in the hospitals or clinics.
Currently, the second dose of the vaccine has been completed. The medical team is expecting to protect the health of refugee children from disease outbreaks.
Tzu Chi International Medical Association Malaysia's chapter held the Vegetarian Summer Fest at the Tzu Chi Penang Dialysis Center, with the doctor giving talks on the relationship between vegetarianism and one's health and also the climate change. The kitchen volunteers also prepare vegetarian meals to invite more people to eat healthier.
Being vegetarian has become a worldwide trend, but why should people become vegetarian? And how is it related to one's health and even global warming? TIMA's Malaysia chapter hosts the Vegetarian Summer Fest, with the Deputy Superintendent of Darling Tzu Chi Hospital being a speaker.
The vegetarianism the master mentions often is the fastest way to slow down global warming, to make people and the earth healthy.
The camp organizers uses the doctor's speeches and numbers to persuade people to eat more vegetarian meals.
A person can become sick because he lacks love, the love for himself and love for others. Then his energy will become low. Why people have cancer is because there are mountains of dissatisfactions and hatred in their hearts.
Having a right concept on dieting is the foundation of good health. The students have learned much.
You take too much of it is always, not good, right? So a lot of things is always you have to balance it. I think that is important.
She has done a lot of researches on it, and she also reminds us the benefits of having a plant-based diet. And it's also important to take in B12.
The kitchen volunteers also prepare dishes with the foodstuff of the season in a way that is low in carbon footprints and also healthy. It changes everyone's misconception about vegetarian meals.
I can see there's a wonderful vegetarian food, a varieties of vegetarian food. So the taste is good, and then the presentation also nice. The color is there, and then the taste is there.
From this two-day event, the students learn a lot of knowledge that they can use throughout their lifetimes and also experience the taste of real health.
Vegetarianism is the most direct way to slow down global warming. Tzu Chi volunteers in Argentina and Chile held vegetarian promotion activities, hoping to encourage more people to go meatless together.
After buying the necessary living materials, Tzu Chi volunteers in Chile visit the Samaritan Elderly Care Center regularly. This month, they also bring along delicious vegetarian food.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for another year's company. Their love is like a song of a family. It's so touching. This time they also brought a healthy diet to us. Like we were all obese people. We really need to change our eating habits.
Volunteers prepare various performances diligently for every visit. The young volunteer, Ding Ying, is the birthday star of this day. She originally planned to celebrate with her classmates, but in the end, she chose to do it in a senior nursing home. All the students were invited to be the helpers.
I like today's activity very much. I'm pleased to dance for everyone. I like the warm feeling of helping others.
Thank you very much for your visit today. I was very happy to be with you.
The same vegetarian promotion event has been organized in the neighboring country of Argentina. Volunteers chose to hold it in the Taiwan Association of Argentina and prepare some simple Taiwanese vegetarian snacks, making expatriates and the locals feel full of humanity.
I'm a meat lover and need to eat meat every day, but I realize that this is wrong behavior, so I have to change now. I'm willing to try more vegetarian food to make the earth better. I also hope to help more people in need.
To slow down global warming, we need to do our best by changing our eating habits first.
The Mid-Autumn Festival is coming soon. The Tzu Chi Zhongshan Liaison Office in Taipei City volunteered to make 3,000 mooncakes that are low in sugar and oil. These tasty mooncakes were then distributed to police stations and fire stations.
These handmade mooncakes are low sugar and low in oil. All this work is done by recycling volunteers. They are also the perfect gift to the fire and police department with the upcoming mid-autumn holiday.
The police station captain told us that Tzu Chi members were very welcome and they must come. They are actually waiting for us.
There is a very strong force here. Now we feel very good affinities with Tzu Chi. We have a strong feeling which is really very different.
For the past few years, Tzu Chi has provided regular care for these individuals over the holidays. Police stations appreciate their effort.
First of all, being healthy and safe. Secondly, made by people we consider in our family. Thirdly, is striving for performance. Before, we only strive to improve our performance.
The family is to also reassure parents, making the family at ease. The third is performance. I will say this to you. If you need us, we will come cheer you up. Feel free to call on us.
Sending mooncakes also conveys care and good feelings here, so that feelings in the police station are no longer cold.
They brought bananas, bread, and a lot of drinks, giving us a lot to eat. I am very happy. Thank you very much.
The 9/21 earthquake killed more than 2,000 people and injured more than 1,000 people. Some had to amputate limbs and deal with the loss of their family. Today we take you to look at 3 brave survivors who have overcome these challenges. Have you discovered that my car is not the same? This is because I only drive with one hand. The throttle is over here. I'm most afraid of walking away from the slopes. The thing I fear the most is walking far away and up slopes. The painful rubbing is here and my bones will begin to hurt. Because I've gotten skinnier, there's less muscle. When you're fat, you can't get into the limb and this leads to hip deformity.
At the time of the earthquake, Taichung's Golden Paris building collapsed. 11-year-old Jia Wen lost her father and mother, an older sister and younger brother, and her right leg was also amputated.
If I can use prosthetic limbs, I will be able to walk by myself.
These years, she is very independent and does not want to trouble others. She uses a paintbrush to comfort people who have the same pain as her.
It's my mission. It lets me discover that I am a person who can make people happy and warm when they are with me.
Gratefulness, happiness, and a sense of mission are all the things that Jia Wen has learned from this earthquake.
Being rescued means that God has opened a door for you and must proceed. I feel that my life is still growing, and there is no way to break through in some areas, though I try to get better and better.
Now you can see this place collapsed before, as you can see from these roads.
We have been driving this road for 20 years, almost 3 generations.
From Taichung to Zhongliao is 100 kilometers round trip. The roads are very poor, but visits by Tzu Chi volunteers have not been interrupted for 20 years. The volunteers took lunch and accompanied Chen Sui-he to have the meal. There is also a special surprise for him. The twists and turns of life were made into this Da'ai drama, Garden of Life, which aired on February 2012. The audience responded enthusiastically to the show.
We can live a new life after failure. If you don't do any preparation, you can fall back into the same place.
He used his own life to tell stories. Some people with emotional problems wanted to visit him and have a chat with him. After a while, they may learn that they are actually quite fortunate.
On August 7th, the Tzu Chi Foundation in Taichung held the 921 20th charity exhibition, and Chen Sui-he made a special trip down from the mountain to participate.
I have come out and there are so many people concerned, so I'm very happy.
60-year-old Chen Meijiao also suffered serious injuries to her right leg during the earthquake. She always went up the mountain with volunteers to visit Chen Sui-he.
He is in a wheelchair. It's inconvenient for him. I am able to move about, and if someone is able to take me, then I can visit him. If I tell a joke like the wind is very big, the boss's face looks mean, then he will start to laugh.
She is really brave. She is very willing to contribute to others.
While the pain of life has left scars on their body, this group is able to bravely face their challenges and continue living their life with optimism and hope.
There's a community kitchen at the Maxing village in Zhanghua County, Taiwan. It is managed by the elderly in the village. They cook lunch for other elderly people in the village and also deliver meals to seniors with mobility problems. The food stuff they use are grown at home, so they're all organic.
In the morning, people in the community kitchen have already been busy preparing meals. Delicious meals have been cooked one by one. The seniors in the community of Maxing take turns cooking for others elderly people. They also deliver meals to seniors who have mobility problems and even to other communities.
They are very friendly, not bad.
The love gathered in the community has spread gradually, so we bring this great love to their homes.
The community kitchen in Maxing has a warm family-like atmosphere. What is special about it is that vegetables are grown by the elderly residents in the community, so they are organic.
For my health, I make good use of my time so that I won't feel bored. We grow Chinese cabbages in many areas, but my cabbages are the prettiest.
This can improve their health, and they can also do some exercise to prevent dementia.
Over 10 elderly people in the community volunteer for everyone. 74-year-old Guo Qingxiang has been volunteering for 12 years. When her husband passed away back then, she was too upset to walk out of depression.
Before I was able to overcome loss and grief, I stayed at home all day long and was quite sad or depressed. My daughter-in-law then said, "Mom, why don't you go to volunteer in the community?"
Volunteering allows her to find a focus in life, so she has regained her happiness. Even though she was diagnosed of the Parkinson's last year, she is determined to volunteer as long as she can.
The Tzu Chi Concentric Circle Daycare Center in Hualien is officially opened after 2 years of preparation. It provides daily care to elderly people who cannot look after themselves or suffer from dementia. The center also provides daily relief and community recovery services.
The Tzu Chi Concentric Circle Daycare Center, a Level V General Center, is open on this date, giving the Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center a complete one-stop service from levels A to C.
Tzu Chi's various centers always make me feel warm every time. This daycare center is very important because it can reduce the burdens of seniors' families. Elderly people can come and have fun at this place. I wish this center the best.
The daycare center is designed to serve the elderly who have dementia or cannot look after themselves, so it is staffed by nurses, caretakers, and Tzu Chi volunteers with courses for their health improvements. The center also measures their health conditions every day and uploads data to the cloud for chronic disease care management.
Whether it is the mobility of his body or the recognition of his brain, coming to the center will slow down the speed of his degeneration and dementia. The center also tries to improve his ability in caring for himself and the satisfaction of his life.
To accommodate the work hours of the elders' families, the daycare center opens from 7 in the morning to 6 in the evening, providing over 10 hours of services.
Its hours are really for the families who must work, so it makes me feel quite delightful and also grateful. It will reduce a lot of pressure from me, and my mom will be happy too.
The serene environment creates a care with warmth. Currently, the center plans to accept 30 elderly people with dementia or who cannot care for themselves, so it can reduce the burdens on their families and also improve the seniors' quality of life.
Recently, the Cell Therapy Center of Tzu Chi Hospital in Hualien officially opened. In our following report, we take a closer look of the center and the types of patients this center benefits, also what the center hopes to accomplish in the future.
Inside the sophisticated laboratory, medical staff hope to give patients with rare and difficult diseases a second chance at life. Back in 2003, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital was the first to establish a gene and stem cell manufacturing center in Taiwan. It is also the first center in the world to provide stem cell therapy for stroke patients.
There's only one reason to establish this center. It is to solve the problems for patients who can't find a solution in the traditional medical ways. We can then look at the problem through the angle of regenerative medicine to help.
After 16 years, the Ministry of Health and Welfare finally approved the use of stem cell therapy in cancer patients in August of 2019 as treatment. The lab also took the opportunity to update their equipment.
The Japanese used a glove box workstation to manufacture medicine, and we have introduced it into our latest equipment for stem cell preparation. As far as I know, in Taiwan, only NTU Hospital and Tzu Chi Hospital have this type of equipment.
Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital is the earliest to establish the Good Tissue Practice Laboratory inside the medical center. which is also known as a cell factory. During their clinical trials, they targeted at two categories of patients. One is cancer patients, while the other is those suffering from chronic diseases.
Immune cell therapy is an additional treatment on top of our standard cancer treatment. It can shift the cancer cells into non-threatening cells and even cure their chronic diseases.
Taiwan is an aging society and degenerative diseases are problematic. Thus, cell therapy can be used in stroke patients, spinal injury patients, arthritis patients, or even those who have chronic wounds.
It's unlike our traditional approach in medicine that we're not just cutting off whatever is broken. We are from the perspective of addition. Since the human body is mainly composed of cells, our idea is to add to the cells which are missing or old.
With the advancement in cell therapy, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital is a pioneer in the field. It hopes to work further with biotechnology companies and has a strong vision for the future.
We're looking for biotechnology companies with excellent technology to submit joint application for cell therapy. Our hope is to become the most advanced and in-depth hospital in cell therapy in all of Taiwan.
With the latest equipment in the laboratory, patients on the east coast of Taiwan don't need to travel long distances to seek treatment, ensuring the best medical care for patients in need.
Wu Liling, who is a single mother in Dongguan, China, has a strong career, yet her character is relatively irritable. She came into contact with Tzu Chi 5 years ago and then joined volunteer training. Since then, she was not absent from helping the impoverished. Her family and friends all witnessed her change.
我在他身上，我看到好多发光发亮的东西。我们就是也没有我们，对不对？那如果我们不孝敬父母的话，你强人呢？强人，和母老虎。现在呢？现在很温柔，很知书达理，就很有智慧。
In the eyes of her children and bestie, Hu Lilin has changed a lot after joining Tzu Chi.
She has changed a lot and become more tactful in recent years.
As a single mother, Hu Lilin used to be armed with her sharp personality. She met Tzu Chi in 2014 and officially participated in volunteer training in 2017. She visited seniors and helped the impoverished, feeling unprecedented happiness.
When you love others, you will also feel happy.
She also invited her parents, who were from the distant home, to participate in her first host tea party. An old friend who has known her for more than 20 years said something in his heart.
It's incredible to come here to see all of you. My mom was sick last year. However, I dared not help her shower, even though I am her son. I have learned a lot here. I have known this sister, Li Ling, for more than 20 years. She keeps changing every year. I admire her very much.
Paying out continuously will enrich your life.
Malaysian Tzu Chi volunteers invited the public to join the Matcha Baru Health Day and collect garbage in the village to protect the earth. Take a look and see you next time.